every time. Okay, so we are live on all the platform. Yes, we are live on all the platform. And okay, respectful greetings to you all. I have to keep my food aside. And let us have an introspection. Let us have a conversation. Twameva mata japitam twameva. Twameva bandhu chasaka twameva. Twameva vidya dravinam twameva. Twameva sharanam mama deva deva. 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 Twameva mata chapitam twameva. Twameva bandhu chasaka twameva. Twameva vidya dravinam twameva. Twameva sharanam mama deva deva. Twameva sharanam mama deva deva. Twameva sharanam mama deva deva. Twameva mata chapitam twameva. Twameva bandhu chasaka twameva. Twameva vidya dravinam twameva. Twameva sharanam mama deva deva. Twameva sharanam mama deva deva. Twameva jnanam mama deva deva. Twameva atman mama deva deva. Twameva pranam mama deva deva. Okay, thank you very much for your Thank you very much for your time, and I'm very happy to be here with each and every one of you today. We are grateful that you've made yourself available to be here with me. While I was doing my little, you know, while I was doing my little meditation, a thought came into my head. I will advise and I want some of you, please do check up on Lati. All right? Lati came into my head. Please do check up on her. Okay? I don't know why, but she popped into my head. So please. Is she here? Is she here yet? Or not yet? But please do check up on her. All right? Okay. So, good evening to you guys on YouTube. Good evening to you on Facebook. And good evening to you here, on TikTok. Today we are going to have reflections. Hi, Miss Elizabeth. How are you? We're going to have dialogues. There is something mysterious about the nature of God. There is something mysterious about the nature of God. There is something mysterious about the love of God. And that mysteriousness about the love of God becomes that which crumbles you to be able to bring you to the point of higher knowledge. And that which is mysterious about the nature of God is that which has always perplexed all human on the surface of the earth. Why does it have to be difficult? Why does existence itself have to be difficult? When you go through all schools of thought, all religious schools of thought, everyone says to you, the reason why it is difficult is because your karma makes it difficult. The reason why it is difficult is because the world itself is difficult. But there is something you must understand about that which makes everything in life difficult. And that pain is nothing but the precursor to true happiness, to true strength. Without pain, you can never know what is your strength. On this perspective, I would love to draw from the example of the life of Vishwamritra. Vishwamritra was a king that left his kingship to renounce the world so that he can get closer to the higher divinity. But while Vishwamritra was in this process, it was not easy for him, for he failed thousands and thousands of times. And every time he fails, he doubles his effort again just to be able to arrive at that higher pinnacle, which is a Oh, he is now a Brahma Rishi. That is the circumstance of Vashishta, Vishwamritra. And that is something that is unique about everything in life. Let me please understand it properly. That is what is unique about everything in life. And that is what? The universe will strip you of all that you hold dear. But that is what every one of us is praying against. We don't want the universe to strip us of what we hold dear. But that is just how it is. When the infinite love of God comes upon you, it will strip you of all that you hold there. It will strip you of that which you think is a protection to you. It will strip you out of it all. It will force you to be alone. It will force you to be what? To be alone. And guess what? Alone is a very terrible thing that many of us, we don't want. We are afraid of being alone. When you ask a woman, you ask a man, oh, will I be alone? I don't want to be alone. Is there somebody going to be for me? Even if the person is around the age of 60, 70, 50, will I have a lover? Is there somebody that's going to be there for me? The reason why this question is being asked is not because of the intimacy of the relationship, it is because of the fear of being alone. That fear of being alone is that which torments each and every one of us in the different facets of life. Whether you are a European, you are an American, you are a Black, you are an Indian, you are a Chinese, that is the torment of each and every one of us in whichever part of the world that we are. That feeling of being alone. But the uniqueness of aloneness is that it is in being alone that you can actually find the uniqueness of yourself. It is not it is not in the midst of people. It is not in the crowd of people that you find yourself. It is in being alone. Not in the chaos of what is outside, but in the silence of what is inside. And here is how the universe crowns you. For the universe to crown you, for the infinite intelligence to crown you and put you on a throne, it must first of all break you. It will break you. After breaking you, it will force you to face the most unwanted areas of your life. Only after facing this do you become qualified. A man that gets privilege or gets to sit on a throne without first passing through being broken loses it quickly. For he does not understand what it is that he is doing. And that is the uniqueness of the infinite intelligence. It is merciless. When the universe and God takes interest on you, it is merciless in how it deals with you. Though it is very easy for us to say that the love of God is a compassionate love. No, the love of God is a merciless love. For his merciless strips you of all that you want to hold dear as a comfort to yourself. It will humiliate you. It is only a man that has been humiliated that dares to stand, for there is no other word that is being said to such a man that can bring him down. It is in the humiliation that you receive, it is in the brokenness that you receive that you actually gain the strength of being crowned for what you deserve. Now, this is not a motivation to you, but rather it is a call, a remembering, for you to understand the uniqueness of how the infinite intelligence is operating. It is very, very important. For when you don't understand how the infinite intelligence is operating, you will always feel perplexed. Every phases of your life, you will always feel perplexed. You will think that everything is just against you, but the reality is it is not against you. You will question yourself. You will question your religion. You will question your belief. The religion you hold on to seems to not make sense anymore. People will say to you, you've changed. Oh, why have you changed? Even though you go into their midst, you still feel disconnected. You don't feel any connection, even though you are in the midst of the people. To such a man, to such a woman that is experiencing this is the universe, the infinite intelligence refining you. For to refine you, it must first of all break all that you think or you surround yourself with as a comfort. Irrespective of whether you are a Christian, you are a Muslim, you are a Hindu, whatever religion or faith that you follow, the philosophy of your religion itself becomes questionable to you. It is questionable to you not because you lack faith, not because you are not intelligent, or not because you are being tempted. It becomes questionable to you because here the infinite intelligence is forcing you to go beyond the safe haven of philosophy that you've surrounded yourself with. Aloneness, the silence. It is in the silence that the master craftsman walks. A master craftsman does not walk in the noise, he walks in the silence of his mind. When a goldsmith or a jeweler is trying to fit a piece of jewelry together, it is in the silence of his mind that he is able to do that. It is not in the chaos of his mind. And hence, when the infinite intelligence starts having interest upon you, it is in the silence that it is going to push you. But guess what? Silence is like a desert. The desert is merciless. The desert does not speak on how cruel it is. And it holds no explanation to anyone. That is how the desert is. And that is what is going to happen to you. You will be thrown into the silent desert of your own mind. You will be thrown into the silent desert of your own mind. You will feel the heat of the silent desert of your mind. You will feel the heat of the silent desert of everything that many a times you will ask yourself questions. Am I okay? Is something wrong with me? Is something wrong with me? Many a times you will ask yourself that questions. And guess what? When you are thrown into that desert of your own mind, you will look at other people and you will sometimes desire, why can't my life be like these other people? Why can't my situation, my life, why can't it just be like these other people? And sometimes you will ask yourself questions. You will even question your own sanity. Whereby you will say, what mistake have I committed? What am I doing wrong? But guess what? You've never been doing anything wrong. There is nothing that you've been doing wrong. You've never done anything wrong. What you are experiencing is nothing but the silent embrace where the universe is actually embracing you and throwing you into the furnace, the silent furnace, to be refined in such a way that you are so refined. Your breath itself, your silence itself speaks. You must understand that it is only a man or a woman that has passed through the strictest and the most dangerous phases of life, that when such a man or woman comes to the surface and speak, their presence itself speaks, not their words. Do you understand what I'm saying to you? A man that has been pushed into the desert of the silence, the desert of the aloneness of life, and have been refined by this silence and this aloneness of life. Such a man, such a woman carries a presence that cannot be compared to that of anybody in the universe. That their words itself does not speak. Just before they speak, their presence carry a certain depth. And when they speak, the words that comes out of their mouth does not just trickle the brain or trickle the imagination, but the words that comes out of their mouth carries a depth that speak and penetrate directly into the consciousness, into the soul of the listener. You can't find this depth unless you've been purified, you've been baptized in the holy sand of aloneness. In that aloneness is where you truly hear the voice of God. It is in that aloneness that you hear the voice of the infinite. The voice of the infinite does not speak to you in the crowds, in the midst of crowds. It speaks to you in the aloneness of your own mind. And guess what? The aloneness of your own mind can only happen only after you've been purified in the strong desert of loneliness. When God wants to speak to you, he does not speak to you in the crowd. A man that has been purified with this silence, with this aloneness, is not a man that is associated or interested in crowd. He has a way of comporting himself wherever I am, whichever circumstance I am just there. He becomes a presence itself. Whether he's being praised or not praised, it has nothing to do with him. And this here is the uniqueness. Look at it. Look at all of this. Moses was in the desert for 40 years. Jesus was in the wilderness for 40 days. Buddha stood under the Bodhi tree, confronting his own demons, and the demons laughing at him. All the celestial sages and all the sages and teachers you've ever heard about found themselves not in the crowd, but in the silence of aloneness. And hence I ask you, why are you afraid of being alone? I ask you, why are you afraid of being alone? What is it about being alone that terrifies you? What is it about being alone that terrifies you? For you must understand, True knowledge comes in aloneness. Now, when you are alone, that is where you confront your highest demon. Now, that is where you're going to know, are you really a saint or you are a demon in disguise? Your aloneness shows you your reality. Your reality is not what you show to people in when you are in the midst of people smiling and laughing. No, that is not who you are. Who you are is when you are alone, and to be alone is to be alone with yourself. Not being in the presence of people and keeping quiet, but being truly alone with yourself when you are able to use your own self as a mirror to really see yourself. And that is what Vishwamritra did. Vishwamritra focused so much on wanting to achieve the external achievement, but until he started going within himself, when he got the first boon, no, now you are a Raja Rishi. He said, a Raja Rishi? Why should I become a Raja Rishi after all the years of effort I have put in my sacrifice? The architect, the designer of this universe, Brahma, said to him, you are not yet there yet. Listen to me attentively. Vishwamritra fasted, did penance for thousands and thousands of years. The first time he got a boon, which is the accumulative result of his penance, the great architect of this universe, Brahma, said to him, now I pronounce you a Raja Rishi, which means what? The king, an ascetic king. Vishwamritra said, why should I be pronounced an ascetic king after all these sacrifices that I've done? The architect of this universe says, you are not there yet. You are not there yet. Again, he started his sacrifice and he sacrificed and did penance. He sacrificed not an animal. He sacrificed not people. He sacrificed not environment, but he sacrificed himself. He sacrificed himself. He did penances, and after doing all these penances for years and thousands of years, the grand architect of the universe came back again to him and said, now I pronounce you a Maharishi. Maharishi? Why? I don't want to be a Maharishi, Vishwamritra said. I want to be a Brahmarishi. And the grand architect of the universe says, you are not there yet. And again, he started fasting. I'm not there yet, which means there's something that is making me not to be there yet. So he started fasting, doing penance, holding his breath, not breathing, and going inward within himself. There, when he started going inward within himself, he confronted himself and he asked himself simple questions. Why do I get angry? Simple questions he asked himself. Why do I get angry? Why do I get sad? Why do I get irritated? What is the cause of my anger? What is the cause of my irritation? What is the cause of my sadness? It is only when Vishwamritra started asking these questions to himself and looking within himself, ooh, is this anger? What is this anger? Who is this fear? What is this fear? It is only after asking himself these questions and finding that the fear is not something that is external. The fear is just him. The anger is not a spirit that is outside. The anger is simply nothing but him. He is the anger. The anger is not something else, but he himself. Oh, I am the anger. My anger is me. I am my lust. My lust is me. I am my fear. My fear is me. What I think I'm afraid of outside is actually nothing but myself. Only and after he asked himself these questions that he started hearing a vibration of a mantra playing in his ear. Om Bhu Bhuva Swaha Tat Sarvitor Varenyam Bargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhyo Yona Prachordayat. This Gayatri mantra became born from this inquiry of Vishwamritra. And hence it is said, the reason of you sitting down in Gayatri and chanting the Gayatri mantra is to go within yourself. It is not to go outside somewhere, but to go within yourself and ask. It is only when the light is shined inward will you be able to see yourself. Is it not? If you shine light in another person's face, do you see yourself? No. But when you shine the light on yourself, then you can really truly see yourself. And the problem with many of us is that we don't want to shine the light on ourselves. We want to shine the light up so that it shows the reflection of ourselves, but not ourselves. There is a story of a king that had a dream. In that dream, the king saw a shadowy figure. This shadowy figure was looking at the king, and the king said to the shadowy figure, "Why are you in my dream? Who are you? Why are you in my dream?" The shadowy figure looked at the king and says to the king, "I am death, and I have come to tell you that before sundown today, before dawn today, you are going to die. And you are going to die at this." Instantly, the king woke up. He could not hear the location that the shadowy figure said he's going to die. When he woke up, it was sunrise. The king was very disturbed. "I had a very terrible dream. I saw a shadowy figure. It says I'm going to die." This shadowy figure says I'm going to die. What does this mean? What is the meaning of my dream? The king, being so disturbed, he called all his scholars, his magician, the palmist, the people that raised the palm. He called the astrologers, he called the diviners, he called every one of them. He called them to the palace and says to them, "I have this dream. I saw this shadowy figure in my dream. This shadowy figure looked at me and says that it is death. And he says I am going to die. today by sunfall that I'm going to die. But it does not, it want to tell me where I'm going to die. But it did not say. So I want you, my diviners, to search it for me so that I can know. If I know where I'm going to die, I can avoid it. And hence, there is nowhere that the death is going to come to me. All of the diviners, the philosophers, the astrologers, the every one of them, the big scholars in the society, they all gathered together and they started talking and they were talking for hours and fighting and arguing with each other. By this time, it was already noon. The king was in anxiety, he was perplexed. Since morning, they have been talking. They have not really come to a conclusive understanding of what the dream means. Though this one says, oh, you know what, in this astrological test, this is what it means. This one says, you know what, in this religious book, this is what it means. This one says, you know what, no. In this test about this kind of omens, when you dream like this is what it means. So they were bickering front and back. Noon, there is no answer. 2 o'clock in the afternoon, no answer. 3 o'clock, there was no answer. The king was like, what are you guys doing? Since morning, I have given you this dream for you to interpret for me, but all I am just hearing is you guys are just bickering front and back. This one says it's like this, that one says it is like that. This one said, no, it's supposed to be like this. That one said, no, it is like this, and front and back, just bickering. But time is going. The sun is gonna fall very soon. It says I'm going to die by sunfall. And you guys have not been able to come to any conclusion for me till now. There's no time anymore. Then, at that moment, a very elderly man who has been the king's trusted servant tapped the king on the shoulder and says, my dear king, can I tell you something? Please, pardon me, but I would love to tell this to you. You see, these people, I will speak to you from the knowledge of an old man, because I'm already an old man. And from the knowledge of an old man, I will speak this to you. My dear king, these people are never going to find any answer. For the only thing they can do is to do what? Fight and argue about it's supposed to be like this, it's supposed to be like this. That is the only thing they can do. But speaking from knowledge and experience, run away from the midst of these people. Run away from the midst of these people, for they can never find any answer. Leave their midst and run away. Take your horse and just get away from the palace right now, because that is it. That is, you don't know if you stay here, the death can catch you, but just run away from here. Just leave their midst, for they will keep you more confused and more perplexed. The king looked at this elderly servant of his and said, you are right. So he took the horse and started running. He started running, just running to want to beat the sunset, just running. He wants to just go away from the noise. Now, let me let you understand one thing. You see, those philosophers, those astrologers, those mystics are nothing but the same people you meet today. They are nothing but your pastors, your prophet, your religious teachers, your philosophies, your religion. Since time immemorial, the only thing that they do is to just keep arguing with each other. No one of them have ever agreed on any fact. Please let it sink within your head. A spiritualist will say everything that the only thing they are very good at is to counteract the other person's words. For every spiritualist that says he's a spiritualist, every spiritual teacher that says they're a spiritual teacher are nothing but egoistic people that don't want other people's words to go above them. Please listen attentively. Since time immemorial, the only thing that they have always been doing is to counteract and fight with each other's ideas. No, God is supposed to be like this. No, God is like this. No, this spiritual man told you this. I will tell you something different. It is called the invincible curse of every spiritualist, everyone that calls themselves a spiritualist. And you are nothing but that one that is caught in between it. Jumping from, oh no, spirituality is like this. Oh no, it is like this. Oh no, spirituality is about second eye. Oh no, spirituality is about third dimension. Oh no, I know more better. No, this one is this is how it's supposed to be. No, you are caught in between it like the king, and your time is being wasted. Your precious time is being wasted because what? You are jumping in between. Oh no, I can tell you about God. No, I know more God better. God speak to me more than you. No, me. I am the one, the major general. Am I making sense to you? Are you listening to me with intelligence and not with emotion? The universe is like this. The universe is like that. Bickering front and back. None of them has ever accepted any reality. For the only thing they are good at is just this bickering. That is just it. Nothing more, nothing else. Whether you go to you take a book and you go to any other religious person, every one of them cannot interpret it and give you a concise answer. They will all interpret it and say, no, this is how God said it about it. No, my God told me about it like this. No. God did not tell you about these people, in the people of the past, this is how they did it. So front and back, you are pushing, you are moving. And that wise man, it takes you, when the universe loves you, it will send you a wise old man to tap you on the shoulder and tell you, run away from these people. Are you listening to me with intelligence and not with emotion? When the universe truly loves you, it will send you a wise old man to tap you on the shoulder and say, run away from these people, for since time immemorial, they have never agreed on anything. And that is the reality. Since time immemorial, there is no philosophy, no religion, no knowledge about God that has ever agreed on anything. No one has ever agreed on anything. And that is why when the infinite intelligence takes interest upon you, you will question your religion. You will question the philosophy. You questioning it does not mean that you are mad, does not mean that you are not okay. It's just the universe speaking to you. You will not even find comfort in the association of what you used to associate with, for the universe pushes you to go within yourself and start asking yourself questions. It is only when you can truly ask yourself questions, not allowing people to answer questions for you, but truly asking yourself questions, that you can really understand. Else, what you're just going to have is you repeating the words of other people. And guess what? This is the beauty of a man that stands alone. A man that stands alone, that the universe pushes to stand alone, and he stands in the desert of his own heart, the desert of his own existence. He stands, is rejected, and everybody runs away from him. What he holds dear crumbles, and he's alone. It is only in that he really starts seeing the reality of the universe. That he starts seeing the reality of the world. So this king, taking his horse, he ran. I just want to get away from the palace. I just want to get away. I want to get away from everybody. He ran. The king ran. And the horse was galloping and galloping and galloping and galloping and galloping and galloping. When he was at the outskirts of his kingdom, when he was at the outskirts of his kingdom, he was happy. At that point, the sun set, and he was still alive. Like, I am still alive. Oh. And the king was so happy. He said, my horse, you are the one that have saved me. Oh, horse, you are the one that has saved me. This, my horse, I desire to give you a better reward. Do not worry. When I go back to the kingdom tomorrow, I will give you a more deserving reward. For you are the one that have saved me. And in that point, the king was so happy and just touching and thanking the horse for being able to run quicker outside of the kingdom. For if he has remained in the palace, if he has remained in the kingdom, hearing the bickering of all the religious people, his astrologers, his astronomers, his philosophers arguing and saying, no, it is supposed to be like this, it's supposed to be like this. If he has remained there, maybe he'll be dead. So he being so happy, he was thanking his ox and he entered into the cave. And the moment he entered into the cave, he was confronted with that same entity that he saw in his dream. And the entity says, oh, I was waiting for you. What took you so long? The being he saw in his dream that says he is death personified said, I was waiting for you. What took you so long? The king says, but I have run away from the palace. I have run away from the palace. The entity said, you were thanking your horse. Actually, I should be the one to thank your horse for your horse bringing you to me. Because you were thinking that your horse was very fast. I was thinking, will the horse make it on time for me to catch you? And that is our reality. That is what? Our reality. That is my reality. That is your reality. That is everyone's reality. The reason, many of us, the reason why we try to surrender to God is because we are trying to avoid death. But irrespective of however philosophy or how much you run away from the reality of life, death comes to you at the right time. You cannot avoid it. For everything you are doing is basically leading you to that death. Even the confusion of the philosophy is basically doing what? Leading you to what? To the death. But there's a difference. Will you have a confused understanding of death, or will you have a clear understanding of death? And that is what distinguishes the king. It is only when he ran away from the philosophies and embarked on his own did he confront death, and he had a proper understanding with death. But if he was in that, he will have a muffled up and juggled up understanding of what death is. And that is the reality. Death will not arrive 1 minute or 1 second late in your life. Do you understand? Death will not arrive 1 minute or 1 second late in your life. For everything, even when you think that your transportation is going slow, it is arriving at the exact time that death wants to meet you. And that is the same thing with the king. That is the same thing with the king. But the question now lies, Will you die confused or will you die with clarity? Is your philosophies, you must be mindful of philosophies and thoughts that makes you more confused on death than it gives you clarity. The essence of all philosophies is not to show you to God. It is just to help you confront the reality of your death. That is it. It is to help you do what? Confront the reality of death. Now the question is, how steady are you about death? How steady are you? And hence, when you start standing alone, your emotions are not juggled up, your thoughts are not juggled up, for you are able to truly hear. Although there is a saying that says, no, association is needed. The moment you start standing alone, you start wanting to share association with people that have also fallen down and have picked themselves up. Not people that have not fallen down, have not experienced what it means to fall down. Not people that have not been baptized in the what? Not people that have not been baptized in the aloneness of the universe. You don't want to associate with such people. So your friend cycle reduces instead of increasing. When you meet a man that has been baptized in the hot fire of solitude, such a man, when they walk, when they speak, there's a difference about them. When you meet a man that has been baptized in the what? In the holy fire of solitude, in the holy fire of life, uncomfortable circumstances, and has persevered and brought themselves up. When such a man talks, speaks, look, there's a strong aura about their presence. There's a strong what? Aura about their presence. So your aloneness, when the universe loves you, when God loves you, it will make you to stand alone before it crowns you. It will make you to experience trials before it crowns you. When the universe loves you, it will make you to experience tribulations before it crowns you. For it is only in experience in tribulations that you value that which is given to you. When the universe loves you, people will say you have changed. There are days you want your life to be better than it was and than it is right now. There are days you will question your sanity. There are days you will feel jealous. Hello, Miss Huma. There are days you will feel jealous. There are days you will ask yourself, why can't I just be a normal person? There are days you're going to ask yourself this question. There are days, even when you are in the midst of your family, your wife, your children, your head will be burning and it will be spinning. It will look as if your head wants to explode and you just want to explode. But if you can hold yourself, If you can hold yourself, it looks like it is forever, but if you can continuously hold yourself, you get baptized and you are able to come out of it. You become an enigma. You become an enigma. You become an example and a blessing to others. But of course, the baptism of the universe is not an easy one. It's not like just going to the street and picking up something. No, you will be broken, beaten down, humiliated, embarrassed, laughed at. You will even see your family members doing better than you. You will see your friends doing better than you. And you ask yourself, why can't I be also better? But if you can hold yourself, if you can hold yourself, holding yourself is not easy. There are days you will fall. But if you can hold yourself again and continuously hold yourself, will something start happening to you? You will start experiencing a new kind of strength that starts coming upon you. This strength is not the kind of strength you gain by going to the gym. It's not the kind of strength you gain by eating a certain kind of food or doing a certain kind of exercise. This strength is a subtle trickle from the universe that just comes upon you. That strength starts holding you in such a way that when you walk with power. When you speak with power. When you look with power. Everything has a certain energy around it. But at the same time, you are humble about it. If you can hold yourself. It is not easy to hold yourself. It is not easy to hold yourself. But if you can keep holding yourself, sometimes suicidal thoughts will flash through your head. Let me just end it all. Sometimes the thought of running away will flash through your head. Let me just run away from everything. I just want to run away from everything. You feel overwhelmed. You feel overstimulated. You feel like your mind or your brain is burning. But that is the factory of the universe upon you. Your silence, your aloneness is the universal factory that starts shaping you. The universal factory that starts shaping you. You get shaped in the universal factory. And hence I say to you, the love of God is merciless. It is not filled with love. Oh God, I love you because you made. No. When the universe says, it is said in the Bhagavad Gita, when I love you, I will take everything away from you. When God loves you, He will take what? Everything away from you. So the blessing of God has blessed me with a child. God has blessed me with a car. God has blessed. Oh, God, I thank you. You've blessed me. Oh, God, I thank you. No, when God loves you, that is not called the love of God. Achieving a desire is not called the love of God. For you are not yet qualified for that. Achieving a desire is not called the love of God. You know, that is not the love of God. No, that is not. But when truly God loves you, when truly God loves you, it will take everything away from you. Everything. It will take your relationship away. It will take your money away. That everything that you hold on to as a source of stability or comfort, it will take it all away from you and rip you all away. It will yank you forcefully out of it. But it is in that ripping away, it is in that yanking away, in that ripping off, in that yanking off, that you start finding something different. You start finding something different. You start, something different starts happening. A different metamorphosis, metamorphizing of mental experience starts happening in that yanking away. And hence, the prayers of the mystics is not the prayer of love, it is the prayer of appreciation of suffering. When you truly start getting baptized, now the question is, how do I know that I'm truly getting baptized and I'm experiencing the baptism of this infinite intelligence? How do I know? And this is where you find it in looking at the prayers of the mystics. The mystics pray, Lord, I thank you for this torment, even though I don't want it. It is only when you can thank God in the midst of your torment, when you can thank the infinite intelligence in the midst of your torment, and not say, take away my torment, Lord, take them away. But if you can thank the infinite intelligence in the midst of your torment and says, I don't like it, but I thank you for this. I don't like it, but I thank you for this. That you start developing a new form of resilience, strength that start coming upon you. It's such a new form of energy start coming upon you. New energy. If you can thank the universe for your tormentors, if you can thank the universe for those that abuse you, not thanking him for him to take revenge for you. You see, 85 to 95% of our prayers is begging God, bargaining with God, and saying to God, God, do this for me, and God, do this for me, and I will do this. No, it is not about that. It is not about that. It is not about that. If you can be grateful, how do you know that you are now truly now you have been really baptized? When You remain grateful, unflinchingly grateful, even when the knife is directly on your throat. To all that is angry, let them be pacified. To all that is hungry, let them receive abundance. Okay, thank you very much. I am open to your questions now. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. All right, I'm open to your questions now. I'm going to have to stop on Facebook and on YouTube. The universe bless and strengthen you guys abundantly. Thank you. I'm continuing on TikTok. So if you have questions, do come on TikTok and ask me your questions. All right. Goodbye, everybody on Facebook and YouTube. Ciao. Bye.